didn't know that worked, but I guess it does because Coolio did it. And he chops him in the back of the neck and knocks him out. And he takes this dude, and they take him off, handcuff him, flex-cuff him, whatever. And they're carrying him back through the woods. But in the meantime, this girl, the blonde chick, she's out looking for a porta potty in the woods. Seriously, she said this. I'm looking. Where's the porta potty? Out in the middle of the woods. So she goes and she finds this lake, and of course she gets naked and dives in. It's a B movie. They gotta have a girl get naked. She jumps in and she's swimming, and this pterodactyl comes around and tries to get her, but she's crazy bad, so she like swims underwater and starts kicking it and stuff, and it leaves her alone. And this other dude that likes her comes out there. I'll save you. And he runs out there, and she jumps all over him. Pterodon or something. She called it something crazy with a P. And he's like, I got you. Run back to the camp. She runs back, just screaming her head off. Ah! She runs back, and this guy, he's just standing there in the middle of the field. I guess he was like figuring out what he was gonna do today or something. The same guy that just saved her, like, nothing happened. He's just standing in the field looking around, and the pterodactyl comes down and picks him up, and takes him away. And so that's one main character down. Everybody's got to die in movies like this. He's gone. And so they come back and to the camp, and the girl's running back. I saw a Terra, I don't know what it's called. And the guy's like, pterodactyl, that's it. And there's this one guy in the group, he's like this nerdy dude. He's like, you think he wants to have sex with one of these pterodactyls because he's like really that hardcore for him. He's like, wow, pterodactyl. I'll get more on him later. But they're at this little camp, and the girl's screaming. They're like, alright, we're getting out of here. You might not have seen what you saw. We're going to keep going on with the expedition. You might just be crazy, whatever your plan. And so they get in the Jeep, and they're driving. We don't believe her. Talking to each other. And this pterodactyl comes down, and all of them in the Jeep can see it, but the driver, the old guy, the professor, I come to find out, he's a professor. These are all students in his class. Why they went to Armenia and why they took this rich girl, I don't know. Maybe they could have gone to Montana's got to. Okay, back to the story. They're driving the Jeep, and they all see this pterodactyl. He's the only one that don't see it. And they're all hooting, and they won't say nothing. They won't be like, it's pterodactyl right there. They just don't say nothing. They just stare at it. And the guy's driving the Jeep, and he's still talking trash about, pterodactyls don't exist. Well, they did, but they don't now. They're extinct. And they keep driving, so finally he sees it, and it flies by like 2 times, trying to grab him. And then the Jeep just explodes, like it overheats. I guess the wind from the pterodactyl wing, he just blew the Jeep up. Blew the Jeep's mind, right? It was because it's Coolio, that's why. But the Jeep just starts smoking, and so they get on the ground. We gotta run now, and they're out in the course. They're in the middle of an open field, and they run to nowhere because there's nowhere to go. So they just run around with it like chickens with their heads cut off until this Jeep shows up. Or no, I think he throws like the girl's shirt up at it, and the pterodactyl takes the shirt and flies off. Like, I guess that satisfied him for now. I don't know what the little girl's shirt tastes like, but apparently it's pretty good because this pterodactyl took it and left. So he flies off, and this Jeep shows up with these Armenian guys looking for their leader, and they think this group of Paleontology 101 has their Armenian leader, this militia dude. They think Osama's with them. And so they're harassing them. They try to rape with the older lady, and the older lady, like, the guy's coming at her, and she's like, she tells the teacher dude, she's like, no, don't, or something like, to don't help her. And he's sitting there like, I wasn't gonna help you anyways. The way I look like, you think I'm stupid? And he gave her this look, and she thought he was gonna save him. I guess they got guns. Not doing that. He just sits there, and so eventually, I think the pterodactyl comes by and picks up the rapist and throws him off somewhere. He dies. And then the special forces, led by Coolio, come out of the woods on the other side and start attacking. And there's a big old firefight. Yada. Everybody dies. But then I think the girl, the blonde, she's like the other guy's holding her hand, and this pterodactyl picks her up, and her arm rips off, and he throws her in the tall grass, and she dies. And it's cool. And so we don't have to worry about her anymore. But they get out of here. They kill off the little terrorist dudes, and they keep the guy they captured. Special forces. And they're like, Coolio was like, you don't want to link up with us. We're hardcore. But they ended up taking them along anyways. You know, that's what I'd do if I was Special Forces. Run into a group of paleontology scholars here. Let's take them with us. They could really be an asset to this mission. Let's bring them with us. All right. So they take them, and then they're walking, and like the redhead girl, the one that the teacher loves to death, I guess, that he didn't want to help save from rape. She gets picked up and taken to the pterodactyl nest. The bird picks her up, and he takes her there to feed his babies. But the girl's smart. She just walks away from them because they're babies. You know, what are they gonna do? She just walks over there and hides in the trees. And she gets a gun and a walkie-talkie. I don't know. She stays there. They leave her. They end up getting the special forces guys. They go back to them. They end up getting into this hut, this little shack. I don't know where the shack came from. It's out in the woods in Turkey, but that's where they got. And so they're there in the shack, and pterodactyls find them. I don't know how. They come into the shack and we're gonna get you. And now by this time the nerdy kid is just obsessed with these pterodactyls. I can't believe every time he sees them he's just, can I kiss you? And he's just looking at him like, man, let's get on, pterodactyl. I love you, man. You're cool looking. And I'm like, every time these pterodactyls. And he walks over to the window to look at one of them, and it just reaches his beak in and grabs him by his leg. And he's still got leg in mouth, and he's still up there just cheesing at the